Don't do it. Don't. Jesus. Why do you hate this video so much? Hello and welcome to my channel, Commas and Ampersands. My name is Sarah and today I'm going to be sharing my June TBR. If you saw my video from last week, you will know that I am hosting a readathon inspired by The Handmaid's Tale. I am very excited, and if you haven't seen it, I will leave a link in the description box below. But I have set myself an ambitious TBR. I tried as much as possible to stick within my own physical TBR or unread books collection. But there are definitely a few that I had to branch out for to meet the prompts that I had set. They're books that I was interested in reading anyway, but I don't personally own physical copies of them. I've also tried, and I think I have managed, to stick to female authors overall, just in keeping with the girl power theme. Leo, do you want to say hello to people? He doesn't want to say hello to you. Sorry about that. There's going to be a lot of random cat noises in this video. There are 5 main prompts that I will definitely be trying to complete, and then there are 5 extra prompts if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. I'm not sure that I will be able to finish 10 books in 14 days because that's not my usual reading pace, but I'm being optimistic as always and just hoping that I will be able to get through these. The first prompt is to read a book about or featuring feminism. I have chosen Feminists Don't Wear Pink and Other Lies. This is curated by Scarlett Curtis, and the subtitle is Amazing Women on What the F Word Means to Them. It's got some really famous names in here. There's Emma Watson, there's Ivana Lynch, there's Gemma Arterton, Jamila Jamil, Jodie Whittaker, Karen Gillan. There's a lot of things in here from women that are part of my favourite fandom, so I'm very excited to read what they have to say. And a lot of them are like, I don't know if you can see, they're very short, most of them. So it seems like it will be a fairly easy read to kind of pick up, get through a couple each night and just leave it by my bedside. So I'm excited for that one. The second prompt is to read a book with a red cover or a red spine, and I have chosen Insignia by S.J. Kincaid. I have not heard very much about this book at all, but when I was looking it up, it has a surprisingly high rating on Goodreads. I'm really hoping that that average rating is a good thing for me. The third prompt is to read a banned book, and I think I have read all of the banned books on my TBR, but I knew that my mum had a copy of this one, so I decided to use this because I've always wanted to read it. And this is Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. This is a really beautiful edition that I'm pretty sure she got secondhand at Lifeline Bookfest. Yes, she did. I'm very interested to read it. I've heard nothing but good things about this book over the years. The fourth prompt is to read a book set in a dystopian society, and I'm going to be diverting from my TBR once again to read Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill. It supposedly has some Handmaid's Tale vibes. It's available as an audiobook from my library, and it was recommended by, I think, Michelle or Caitlin from Better Words podcast. So I am very interested to read that and see what it's like. And an audiobook is always going to help me get through a readathon faster, so I am down for that. The fifth prompt is to read a book that has been adapted. Are you right? Are you right, buddy? Do you want help? Come on, you can do it. Good boy. Stop interrupting me! The fifth prompt is to read a book that has been adapted into a TV show, and I have chosen Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Again, don't know much about this one. I was sent... What is wrong with you today? Just go to sleep. My God. And I don't know much about this book. It was sent to me by a publisher when it was adapted into a TV show as like a kind of cross-promotion thing. But I have read Gone Girl and I did enjoy that. It was twisted and weird, but I enjoyed it. I've been told that this is worse, as in more twisted, so we'll see about that. So those are my 5 books for the main prompts. And then for the extra ones I have, prompt 6 is to read an Own Voices book, and I have chosen, oh no, that one's not it. I have chosen The Boy Who Steals Houses by C.G. Drews, who is also known as Paper Fury on Instagram and Twitter and everything. Look how shiny and pretty. This book, I believe, has Own Voices, Autism and Anxiety rep in it, and I have been told that it will break my heart, and it's about time I had a really emotional novel. It's been a while. Prompt 7 is to read a book by an author who is a person of colour, and I have chosen Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Blackman. I bought this years ago when I was going book shopping with a friend of mine, and she recommended it. I bought it on the spot, and then I never read it, because I'm like that. Mallory Blackman actually wrote the script for one of my favourite recent episodes of Doctor Who, and I have heard good things about this book as well. So I'm very much looking forward to reading that, because this is the first one in a series, and I'm hoping that I like it enough to keep going with the series as well. Prompt 8 is a book with LGBTQ+ representation, and I have decided to finally read The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I loved Circe, which was her second book, and a lot of people are like, no, Song of Achilles is better. I don't know. I'm going to try it, and I think I'm going to do a free Audible trial so that I can listen to the audiobook. Number 9 is to read a book with mental health representation, and I have chosen to read Neverland by Margot McGovern. From what I understand, this is part Peter Pan retelling, part something else, and I'm not quite sure what the something else is, because all the reviews are like, I can't say anything or I'll spoil it. But I've heard that it's very good. The final prompt is to read a book that's outside your comfort zone, and I have chosen The Main Inheritance by Rosamund Simon. This, I believe, is a non-fiction book, but it unfolds like a gothic thriller. It's about the Main family who lived, I don't know if there's still Mains around, there probably are, in Brisbane, which is the city that I am from. I picked this one up on my mum's recommendation because she said that it was a really interesting Brisbane historical thing. I don't really know, but non-fiction is not a genre that I would tend to gravitate towards unless it is something short, like a collection of essays that I can break up and just enjoy little bits at a time. This has been on my TBR forever, and I have frequently picked it for readathons and still not gotten to it because that's how much I'm resisting. So I want to read this in June. And those are all of the books on my TBR for Blessed Be the Readathon. Thank you so much for watching and for putting up with however much of my cat's ridiculous behavior ends up on the final version. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.